Hello everyone, my name is Roya, and this is my October wrap-up, part 1. So it's been a little while since I last did a part 1 and part 2 wrap-up. Last one was July, because in August, September, and so far in October, I really have not read that much. But I did read 2 books already, and it's halfway through the month right now, so as I'm filming this. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys about the 2 books that I read in the first half of October, as well as the 1 book that I DNF'd. So the DNF is Witches of East End by Melissa de la Cruz. I was really expecting to like this book, but I only got about 5 chapters into it before I quit. So I think I was just expecting more of a like urban fantasy paranormal type of thing rather than what this is, which is total lit fic, it felt like. So I just was not into this at all for some reason, and it just was not what I really wanted to read at all. I didn't give this a rating on Goodreads because I didn't even get that far into it at all, and I didn't, I really didn't read enough of it to know if I would actually like the book or not, but it's just not what I want to read. So yeah, that's the only reason that I just had to quit reading this. So one of the 2 books that I did actually read this month so far is Dark Castle, Whitehorse by Tanith Lee. This is the first half of this, or the first 2/3 of this book are a different story from the last third of this book approximately. It is about a vampire chick who essentially summons a minstrel dude to help her, and she basically just all this weird stuff happens, and it's very odd and just really weird all around, but it's a very interesting story. The last third of it is still kind of connected to this, but it's also really not, and it's completely nuts and has a totally different tone overall, and really I almost don't feel like they should have been in the same book. Like the second story really should have been more bonus content, maybe, just because they're so disconnected in writing style, in everything, and the second one just made so little sense, and it was introducing characters so haphazardly that I was just like, what is even going on and who is anybody anymore? But overall, the first story in this was, it was good. But it wasn't anything amazing. The only other Tanith Lee book that I've read is Black Unicorn, which I absolutely loved, and I would definitely recommend that one over this, but I still think that this was a pretty alright read. And the other book that I read in the first half of October is Teeth in the Mist by Dawn Kurtagich. I really enjoyed this a lot more than I expected that I would going into it, because it did take a few chapters to get into it, and I was thinking, what am I going to think about this book even? But it's actually it's actually a really good Halloween read. It's a creepy-ish book, but not in the way that a total wimp like me would be kept up at night or anything like that. It is definitely a really good read, and it's fast-paced too, because every other chapter or so is told in a notebook format, or in a format where there are only a few words on the page type of thing. So, and this is the art copy, so this doesn't have a lot of the art that's actually in the final copy. So there's a lot of art in it as well that I didn't get to see a lot of, because this copy had it missing, because this is the ARC once again. But essentially this book is about it's told in dual perspectives. There's a chick way back in the olden days who goes to this boarding school, and she discovers all this stuff that she's connected to a bunch of dark magical stuff that's going on. And then it's also told in the perspective of a girl in the present day who goes back to that house that's the same one, and just discovers a bunch of other crap, and that house is empty now. And this is the type of book that's so odd that you have to wonder what the author was looking up and researching while writing this, just because it's so weird, and you have to wonder if any of it is based on actual stuff that happened or anything like that. I have no idea. It's really odd, but it's basically a Dr. Faustus retelling-ish, but not really. It's billed as such, but it has a connection to that story, but it's very it really did not read to me like it took that much inspiration from it somehow. Maybe I'm weird, but anyway, this is definitely a very interesting book, and I do definitely recommend checking it out if you like slightly creepy things that aren't gonna keep you up all night. The books that I read in the first half of October, hopefully the second half will pick up a little bit and I'll read like a few more than that. But anyway, if you've read any of these books and have any thoughts on them, let me know, and let me know what your favorite book is that you read in October so far, and I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!